Hey everyone, how's it going? Matt Jarbo here with Real Board. Going to be talking today about a situation that is not going to make me any friends. As oftentimes when I talk about some of these hot topic situations, I obviously go into it knowing, realizing, expecting people to disagree with my take. But I wanted today to talk about a problem. And that problem is Wayne T. Carr. Now you might be asking yourself, Matt, what are you talking about? What are you doing? What are you saying? What are you thinking? What the hell, man? Well, the reality of it is I have nothing against Wayne. Not one single thing against the guy whatsoever. The problem with Wayne T. Carr has everything to do with how he is perceived by fans in the Snyder Cut fandom. Because all we know about him so far, all we know is that he was cast by Zack Snyder to play Jon Stewart for a brief, small, little cameo at the end of the Snyder Cut. And this, of course, is something that never, ever, ever came to fruition. It was never finished, even though Zack on his phone did share this image of Wayne, it basically going through like what it would have looked like. And that got a lot of people, especially a lot of Snyder fans, demanding that Warner Brothers cast Wayne T. Carr in the next DCEU movie or whatever their Green Lantern Corps show is, or for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3. This demand for an actor who hadn't even been in anything they've ever seen is something that I do feel is problematic, because acting is something that, you know what, requires a lot to go into it. And I'm not actually saying that Wayne is a bad actor. In fact, I disagree. I don't think he's a bad actor, but none of us have ever really seen him act. And that is something that I keep bringing up to my Snyder Cut friends every time the subject of Wayne T. Carr comes up. They always say, he should play Jon Stewart. Bring him back. Bring him back. I can't wait to see him play. In fact, one night he was on a stream with some friends of mine, and they were like just gushing over him. Like, oh, it would be so cool to see you play Jon Stewart and this. And I'm like, are you guys effing kidding me right now? Are you effing kidding me? Like, none of you know if this guy can act. And the general response back is, well, he's friends with Ray Fisher. What the fuck does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Nothing. These guys are more or less theater actors who generally do actually do well when it comes to acting. But that doesn't mean that it's going to translate well to screen. There is a different type of acting that goes into being someone who does drama on Broadway and someone who acts in a movie or TV show. It's not the same performance. But a lot of people out there who don't understand how the system operates or don't understand the various types of acting are not going to fully understand this. They're going to sit there and see, or they're going to sit there and say that Zack chose Wayne T. Carr, that Zack chose him to play the role in order to do this cameo, and that is going to be ultimately enough for them. But did Zack choose Wayne because he was a good actor, or did he need someone who fit the body type of Jon Stewart that they could use and that they could trust? And that came recommended by his friend Ray Fisher. That is more of the Occam's razor answer, which is usually whichever answer is the simplest is often the most truest. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what it boils down to. The simplest explanation is often the most truest. In this particular situation, Wayne T. Carr never was going to be Jon Stewart. He was a body double for Jon Stewart. Maybe one line, two at max, but not a scene, not enough to get a flavor for him, just to be there as a cameo and nothing more. And the way that a lot of the Snyder Cut fans have rallied around him to pimp him up, to promote him, to push him out there is actually pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. But there's also this level of just a naivety. I don't want to say ignorance, but naivety with how the whole thing works out. Because again, none of them have seen him act. None of them have watched him in anything. They don't know if he's good or not. I mean, I even went looking online trying to find his sizzle reel, his demo reel. And I did find it ultimately. I found it over here on his IMDb page where he played, it's a minute 41 demo reel here. And he played in 3 different films or 3 different shows. One of them was the TV show SWAT, where he had a brief 45-second encounter with another officer. Then there was a festival film where he played a military, a serviceman, a soldier, I believe in World War II. And then there was this one here where he is the host of GMB, and they're all varied. They're all different. They're not bad. They're not bad. It gives you an idea of what he is like as an actor, but that doesn't mean you know if he's able to actually act, because he hasn't really done that much. In fact, his credits here from 2012 to 2021, so 9 years, is only 5. 5 credits. Who's Afraid of the Big Black Wolf? That is a short film that was set in World War II. That was in 2012. Stupid Cupid, a TV series, was in 2018. It looks like they did about 8 episodes. He was in that, but then again, that was just a web series. It wasn't a TV series. It was a web series. He was in SWAT as one guy in 2018. Stuck in the Middle, which is the show that he did the announcer job on, and The Tragedy of Macbeth, where he just wrapped that up as murderer number 3. And he was a Shakespeare consultant on The Tragedy of Macbeth. And then somehow he was tagged here in light cast because that's just kind of weird. Now, it's not to say that Wayne is a bad actor. In fact, I don't think he's a bad actor. I think he's perfectly fine as an actor. But so many people out there are failing to understand and comprehend exactly what it means in this situation. And that, of course, is the problem. It's not Wayne's problem inherently. It's not Wayne's doing. It's not Wayne's fault. He is an actor who was brought in to be the body double for an iconic comic book character that ultimately was cut from the movie, but Zack shot it in hopes of getting Warner Brothers to allow him to use it. But he knew that it was a gamble. He knew that it was going to be something that was maybe not going to happen. And Zack pretty much knew that this was his swan song for the DCEU, and he has so much in so many words come out and said it. I know people out there, they don't want to believe it. I'll hear things in the comments, but Matt, he's only got a 2-year non-exclusive deal with Netflix, which that doesn't mean anything because he's doing Rebel Moon and he's doing Army of the Dead 2 and a couple animated shows, and who knows what else he's going to do with Netflix, because guess what? He's got money, backing, and freedom. Sure, if Warner Brothers came knocking on his door, he might negotiate something to come back to finish things out, but they're not going to come knocking back on his door. Wayne T. Carr is not going to be playing Jon Stewart in any other iteration. And in reality, because we never saw it, it was never finished. He never did play. He was just a body double. It's entirely possible they could have treated it very similarly to Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, where Lawrence Fishburne was the voice of the Silver Surfer, but Doug Jones was the actor in the suit. Alternatively, Hellboy from 2004, David Hyde Pierce was the voice of Abe Sapien, whereas Doug Jones was the actor in the suit. Only in the sequel did Doug get to act the voice as well as being in the suit. We never know how things are going to play out. But this is what I'm talking about here. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the Snyder fandom. There are people out there who do not understand how things played out or why they played out. Now, I have heard Wayne say that some new doors open for him as a result of this, and that is awesome. And that is a win that people should champion. That a relatively unknown guy who is an acting coach and more of a theater dude, from my understanding, had some doors open based upon the amount of ink his name got from being associated with this deleted scene that was never completed and was never going to come out. That's awesome. One night of hanging out on Zack Snyder's driveway and it opens up a couple doors down the road. Cool. No issue there. No problem with that whatsoever. But the fans that are constantly sucking this dude off are the ones who are the problem, because I understand what you want, but there's got to be a time when reality sets the hell in. It has got to set the hell in. And that is a problem. That is the problem with Wayne T. Carr. It's not his problem. It's your problem. If you are triggered by what I'm saying, it's your problem. And I would hope that people would champion him to go off and do other things, as I would hope that they would champion for Ray Fisher to go off and do other things, because Ray Fisher ain't coming back to the DCEU. I'm sorry, it's over, it's done. He removed himself from the equation when he said he would not work with anything associated with Walter Hamada. And if you think that that means that Hamada is going to be booted, I'm sorry, you got another thing coming. He just got renewed for 3 years. If Kathleen Kennedy didn't go anywhere, Hamada ain't going anywhere. And no, the Suicide Squad's success, or whatever you want to call it, or lack thereof is not going to negatively impact that, considering the 2022 slate that apparently is going to be absolutely on fire. Good or bad, we don't quite know yet, which is why I didn't say fire or lit. It's going to be on fire, good or bad. We'll have to wait and see. If 2022 fails, then Hamada's going to have some explaining to do, and he might be on his way out the door. But in the meantime, he's fine. He's fine until next year, and the Batman is going to basically be a guaranteed success. Black Adam, The Flash, Shazam, we don't know yet. Aquaman, we don't know yet. But the Batman's going to be a very big success. And that is what people need to realize here, is that when we talk about the situation, this is so much fanciful nonsense. It's make-believe, it's imaginary, it's not going to happen. And it becomes sad as an observer to watch. It becomes sad as an observer to see people constantly live their life from this perspective. I would say if I was Wayne, because Wayne has also come out and said now that they're not going to go see the Flash movie because Cyborg was going to be in it, but Ray Fisher is now not Cyborg anymore. So the likelihood of, him, he may not come out and actively attack Warner Brothers because he might work with them down the road, but he's backing up his friend, which I completely get and I respect. But if Ray isn't working for Warner Brothers or Hamada, what the fuck makes you think Wayne T. Carr is going to do it? He's not. If loyalty is an issue, which I don't believe it's an issue, but I believe it's a thing, he's gonna stand true to his boy. He's gonna stay there. He's gonna hang out with his friend. He's gonna get his friends back, which I completely respect. So stop trying to drag him into something when it's clear as day what the hell is going on. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest because it's been so frustrating to see. Anyway, as always, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions, good, bad, or the other. Let me know down in the comment section. You guys can check me out on the main channel where I'll be doing Hollywood After Dark Monday through Friday. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you again, and peace out.